Okay, so no start condition on the Kubota. It's a B2620, and these things are littered with safety switches. So I've had issues in the past with the hydrostatic drive, that switch. So that was the first checkpoint. That switch was working correctly. There's two more switches over here on the left-hand side of the tractor for the high and low PTO. And I made sure that it was in neutral. And seat switches, check those. They're all good. Check the ignition switch on the other side here. I actually pulled that out to make sure, because the accessory mode and the preheat were working. I was concerned about the start mode, but that was working properly. That was a quick test with the multimeter, and I actually pulled that switch right out to test it while I was pulling the rest of the harness out. Got over onto this side and peeled this back, and lo and behold, on the wiring harness, there are a bunch of chewed wires. Mice got in here and they completely stripped a bunch of these. And this here is the, what is it, OTC controller. So this is for all your safety switches, or maybe it's OPC, whatever. Anyway, it's a controller. And this here is a flasher relay. And there was only one of those wires that was chewed, the black one though, which is a frame ground. So I'm guessing what happened at some point, some of those wires got touching, and they grounded out to the chassis. So from there I was still scratching my head because all the switches I could check looked like they were in the proper positions and working properly. And I ended up actually bypassing this box. If you shove a jumper in, this black with yellow and black with white, this goes to your starter. This will enact your starter relay, and these are tied into the ignition switch. So it puts power from the ignition switch. Your 12 volt comes in on the black yellow. Then the relay, that's the internal relay that's inside here, if the conditions are correct with all those other switches, all your safety switches, a relay inside here will click over and give you power to your starter solenoid. So all that was working correctly, because if I bypassed it, obviously the starter runs. And I should also mention with this one too, that voltage regulator up there is not in service anymore because the alternator was replaced on this unit, and the voltage regulator, I believe, is built into that alternator. So yeah, tractor still did not want to start, and I could, for the life of me, cannot find the clutch switch where it is on this tractor. But then it dawned on me, I never checked the fuse block. So fuse block is right up over in here. You can see it right there by the oil filter. Popped that cover off, checked all the fuses, and the 5 amp fuse was actually blown. I tested it with a multimeter, and it was open. Look at the diagram, that's the starter, or the, which is it? Third one down. Yeah, key stop fuse. So replace that with a new one, and tractor wants to start. I pulled this block apart to try and diagnose it, because I thought that maybe these shorted out wires, where there's current running through the switches back to this controller, I thought maybe those shorting out had maybe shorted something inside this. But last night when I was testing it, I could not find any bad components on this board. So it's kind of a relief to find that fuse is bad and that I'm not crazy, I'm not missing something, because like all the diodes and all the ground points, like there was nothing shorted in this that I could find. So Anyway, that's an update on that. Yeah, got to play tractor mechanic for a day or so, and yeah, so just a matter of just because these pins would be tough to get out of this block. I just painted all these with liquid electrical tape. I'll let that set up, and then I'll wrap them with electrical tape, and then either wrap the whole thing in electrical tape or put some split loom on it, and shove this all back up in there. And so that's it for now.